Welcome or welcome back to It's Cozy Crochet channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this super cute and easy shrug. It's a beginner friendly, stylish and perfect for layering. So this is what you need as a material. I'm going to use this brand of yarn. They are all robin 100% acrylic and each skein weighs 50 grams. They are lightweight yarn. 3 skeins of this white yarn is enough, and less than one of each of the remaining skeins. We also need a hook. I'll be using a 3mm hook and also a 4mm hook. We need some stitch markers, 8 are enough. We need a darning needle, a tape measure to measure our work, and a pair of scissors. So let's get into it. Our shrug is made up of 2 identical panels. So we're going to start with one from the base, moving up. Then once you're done, we'll work on the other one. Then next, we will attach the straps on our sleeves. Then once you're done, we will join the 2 panels together. You need the right measurements of your bust, and I'm going to work for size extra small, that is 32 inches. Then you're going to divide your bust measurements into 2. Mine is 16. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So next, grab your hook and yarn and start by working a slip knot. Then you're going to chain a multiple of 3 plus 3 plus 3, a multiple of 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5, and at the end your chains should be equivalent to a half of your bust measurements. At the end, your chains should be equivalent to a half of your bust measurements. I have 114 chains. So next I'm going to add 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next I'm going to skip the next 3 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain, yarn over and work a double crochet, yarn over, chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to skip the next 2 chains from the hook, 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain, work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook, and into the 3rd one, work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook, and into the 3rd one, work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook, and into the 3rd one, work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook, and into the 3rd one, work a double crochet. So you're going to continue a sew across. I'll meet you here. Remaining with 4 chains on our hook, you're going to chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook, and into the 3rd last chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, then work a double crochet, yarn over, and into the last chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and work a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. Then yarn over, then move into the next stitch on top of a double crochet here. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to skip the next 2 chain space from the hook and insert your hook on top of a double crochet into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then chain 2. You're going to skip the next 2 chain space from the hook, insert your hook into the next stitch on top of a double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, that one is a double crochet, then chain 2, skip the next 2 chain space from the hook, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, skip the next 2 chain space from the hook, insert your hook into the next stitch on top of a double crochet, pull up through 2, pull your yarn through 2. So you're going to repeat that across. At the end of the second row, insert your hook into the stitch on top of a double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then insert your hook into the third chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2, and you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, a turning chain, then turn your work, yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch on top of a double crochet stitch and work a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, insert your hook on top of a double crochet into that stitch and work a double crochet, chain 2, insert your hook on top of a double crochet into that stitch, pull up a loop and work a double crochet. We are repeating row 2. Row 3 is a repeat of row 2. So continue. We are working on the height part of our shrug, and this section is going to determine how long you want your shrug to be. Mine is about 1.5 inches. So depending on how long you want your height to be, you can go ahead and add about 1 to 2 inches. You're going to repeat row 2 to your desired height measurements. So next you're going to introduce the sleeve part of our shrug, and we are also going to continue working on the height of our shrug. This is also the sleeve part of our shrug on the left side. So you're going to find out the right measurements of your long sleeve measurements. Mine is 21 inches. And next, you're going to chain a multiple of 3 plus 3 plus 3. And at the end, your chains should be equivalent to your sleeve measurements. Chain a multiple of 3 plus 3 plus 3. And at the end, your chain should be equivalent to your sleeve measurements. Once you have your chains, you're going to add 4 chains at the end. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then next, skip the first 3 chains from the hook and into the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3. Into the 4th chain, you're going to yarn over and work a double crochet. And then chain 2 and skip the next 2 chains from the hook, insert your hook into the 3rd chain and work a double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next 2 chains from the hook into the 3rd chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That one is a double crochet. Then chain 2, you're going to skip the next 2 chains from the hook into the 3rd one, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to proceed as so. I'll meet you here. Remaining with 4 chains. 4 chains, you're going to chain 2. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, then skip the next 2 chains from the hook and into the 3rd chain, work a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, then you're going to skip the last chain, then the first stitch, then into the next stitch. From the hook, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and work a double crochet. So you're going to proceed with mesh stitch, chain 2, and move into the next stitch on top of a double crochet and work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chain space on top of a double crochet into the next stitch insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and we are continuing the mesh stitch. Skip the next 2 chain space. On top of a double crochet, insert your hook, yarn over and work a double crochet. So continue to this point. I'll meet you here. So we are done with the foundation and the first row of our left sleeve, and next you're going to work on the foundation of our right side of the sleeve. So you're going to count the number of chains on your left side of your work. You can count these 2 chain space from this point to this point, the number of 2 chain space from this point to this point. Don't include the last 2 chain space. Then what you get, you're going to multiply it by 3. What you get, you're going to multiply it by 3, then add 4 chains. Mine was 144 chains plus 4. That one is 148 chains. So on our left side, we are going to subtract 1. What you get on this side, on your left side, you're going to subtract 1. So mine is 144, 148 chains, minus 1, that is 147 chains. So I'm going to attach my yarn here, then I'll chain 147 chains. The other end of your yarn and your hook, and work a slip knot. Then you're going to insert your hook into the 3rd chain here, then into the loop and pull it through, then yarn over and pull through. We are counting this as our first chain, so remaining with 146 chains. Done with 46 chains, I'm going to chain 1, then grab your hook and cut your yarn. Back to where we stopped, so insert your hook into the loop and proceed with mesh stitch. You're going to chain 2, and on top of the next double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, then chain 2, on top of a double crochet, you're going to work a double crochet, then you're going to chain 2, skip the next stitch from the hook, and the next chain from the hook, yarn over and into the next chain, work a double crochet, then chain 2, you're going to skip the next 2 chains and proceed with mesh stitch to the end, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains and into the next chain, work a double crochet. So continue, I'll meet you here. At the end of our first row, remaining with 4 chains, you're going to skip the first 2 chains and into the 3rd last chain, work a double crochet, then into the last chain, you're going to work another double crochet, then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and turn your work, then yarn over and insert your hook into the next stitch on top of a double crochet and work a double crochet, then chain 2, you're going to skip the next 2 chain space and on top of a double crochet, insert your hook, pull up a loop and work a double crochet and proceed with the mesh stitch. You're skipping the next 2 chain space and on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2, skip the next 2 chain space on top of a double crochet, work a double crochet, chain 2. That means you're going to repeat row 1 until your sleeve width measures a half of your sleeve width measurements. Then once you're done, I'll meet you there and show you what to do next. Almost at the end of my 22nd row, a double crochet, then a double crochet into the third chain. So it measures about 6.5 inches. So a whole biceps measurements that I'm working on is 11 inches plus 2 inches for ease and comfort. That is 13 inches. 11 plus 2, you get 13. Then when you divide 13, divide by 2, you're going to get 6.5 inches. That's how I arrived at 6.5. So you're going to chain 1 at the end, then grab your scissor and proceed and cut your yarn. So go ahead and work on the other identical panel, then come I show you what to do next. So next you're going to add some straps on our sleeves, and you're going to lie your work on a flat surface, the top part facing up as so. So this is where our sleeve extension starts, these 2 chain space. So on your right side there is another 2 chain space, so you're going to move on top and mark these 2 chain space here. Grab your stitch marker and mark that 2 chain space. Then next you're going to fold your sleeve into 2 as so, and then align the edge of the sleeve with the row that has a stitch marker on top. Grab another stitch marker, mark that 2 chain space at the corner. Next, fold your sleeve again as so. Then with your stitch marker, you're going to mark the outer 2 chain space at the corner here. Insert your stitch marker and mark that 2 chain space. Then grab another stitch marker, then in between there's another 2 chain space at the corner. You're going to mark that 2 chain space with your stitch marker. On the other section of the sleeve, the right section, locate these 2 chain space. Then on the right side of it there is this 2 chain space row. Then move on top and you're going to mark these 2 chain space that is on top. You're just repeating what we did on the left side. Next, you're going to fold this part and align it with the row that has a stitch marker as so. Then you're going to grab your stitch marker and you're going to mark these 2 chain space that is at the corner here. Then proceed and fold it again as so, and align them. Locate these two chain space, the outer one, grab your stitch marker and proceed and mark it. Then there is another one that is in at the corner here. You're going to grab another stitch marker and mark that two chain space. We have divided our sleeve into 1, 2, 3 parts, so go on and ensure you have the same number of two chain space in between the stitch markers. Ensure you have the same number of two chain space in between the stitch markers. So you're going to start working from the left sleeve, moving to the right sleeve, and I'm going to change my hook to 3mm hook, and I've also doubled my yarn to achieve a medium weight yarn. So grab your hook and yarn, then start by working a slip knot. Then you're going to chain 25, and you can see I've also changed yarn from white to green. So proceed, chain 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So you're going to skip the first stitch marker from the left side, the second one, and you're going to start working on the third stitch marker. So you're going to go with your hook under these two chain space here, then into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and chain 1. Then remove your hook and go under these two chain space, the row that is below. Insert your hook into that loop and pull it through, then yarn over and pull through. Then you're going to chain 1, then remove your hook, move to the next row below as so, go under that two chain space, then insert your hook into that loop and pull it through, then yarn over and pull through, then chain 1, then remove your hook, go under the row that is below, then insert your hook into that loop and pull it through, yarn over and pull through. Then you're going to chain 1, remove your hook, then insert your hook under the next two chain space, then into the loop and pull it through, then yarn over and pull through, then chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to remove your hook and insert it under the next two chain space below, then into the loop and pull it through, yarn over and pull through, then chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. And at this point you're going to turn on the right side of our work, turn on the 6th row. So remove your hook and insert it as so, then back to the loop, then pull it through, yarn over, pull through, then chain 1, remove your hook, go under these two, it's not a two chain space, it's a double crochet post, then back to the loop, then pull it through, then yarn over and pull through, then you're going to chain 1, remove your hook, then with your hook go under these double crochet posts and back to the loop, then you're going to pull it through as so, then yarn over and pull through, then chain 1, remove your hook. Next, the next double crochet post, you're going to go under a saw, then insert your hook back to the loop, then pull it through, then yarn over and pull through, then you're going to chain 1. So you're going to continue as so, skipping the next 2 stitch markers. I'll meet you where the 3rd stitch marker is so that you can turn together. So our work is upside down, and this is where we attached our first strap. After the first stitch marker, the second stitch marker, the 3rd stitch marker on our left side, and on our 6th row we made a right turn, then continue working skipping the next 2 stitch markers. 3rd last stitch marker, we are going to turn on our right again and work towards our stitch marker. Sorry, insert your hook here, then into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over and pull through, chain 1, then the row where the stitch marker is, you're going to insert your hook under these 2 chain space here, then back to the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through. Then next on top, remove your hook, then go under that 2 chain space, then insert your hook back into the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then remove your hook. Then on top, the next 2 chain space, go under with your hook, insert your hook back to the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, remove your hook. Then the next row on top, you're going to go with the hook under, then insert your hook into that loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, then chain 1. Then the second last row on top, with your hook, go under that 2 chain space, then into the loop with your hook, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then to the last 2 chain space where the stitch marker is, insert your hook, then back to the loop, yarn over, pull through, and at this point you're going to chain 25. 1, 2, 3, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And you're going to cut your yarn next and pull. So this is how our first decor strap turned out. Moving to the next strap, turn your upside down as so. Then you're going to grab your next color. I'm going to do yellow. With your yellow yarn and hook, start by working a slip knot. Then you're going to chain 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 24 and 25. Then turn your work. Then insert your hook into the next 2 chain space where the stitch marker is. From this one, you're moving to the right side, the next stitch marker. So insert your hook and into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over and pull through, then chain 1, then remove your hook into the next 2 chain space below, insert your hook, then back to the loop and pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, remove your hook to the next row below, into these 2 chain space, go under, insert your hook into the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we're going to continue to the 12th row below, then we will turn to the left side of our work. So continue. On our 12th row below, you're going to turn on our left side. So you're going to go with your hook under this double crochet post, as so, then into the loop and pull it through, pull through your loop, then chain 1, remove your loop, your hook, then into the next double crochet post, this one, go under, then into the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, remove your hook, go under, back to the loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, go under, back to the loop, yarn over, pull through, pull your loop, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you're going to continue as so, skipping the next stitch marker, the next stitch marker, the next stitch marker, the next stitch marker, and you're going to turn where our second last stitch marker is. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and you're going to turn where our 4th stitch marker is. So continue, I'll meet you here. I'm at that row, I'm next to that row where the stitch marker is on top, the second stitch marker on our left side. So I'll go under this double crochet post with my hook, I'll go under, then into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then I'm going to turn my work as so. Then next I'll go under these 2 chain space, then with my hook into the loop, pull it through, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then on top the next 2 chain space, go under with my hook and into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then next with my hook, then into the loop, then pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So continue to where the stitch marker is. Then once you're done, you're going to chain 25 chains, then cut your yarn. So once you're done with your 25 chains, this is how your work should look like so far. At the front, since you're working on our wrong side, you're working on the wrong side of our work. So this is how our right side is. So the last strap, you're going to change color from these ones 2. So we are remaining with 1 stitch marker. One end has 1 stitch marker and the other end has 1 stitch marker. So we are going to attach our strap here. So the blue yarn, let's start by working a slip knot, then chain 25 as usual. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 22 23 24 25. Then you're going to remove your hook and insert your hook where your last stitch marker is on the right side. This is my right side. So you're going to insert your hook into that 2 chain space where the stitch marker is and back to the loop. Then pull it through, yarn over, pull through, then you're going to chain 1, then remove your hook. So we're going to repeat what we did on our first and second strap, and this time round we're going to do 18 rows below. On our 18th row below, so we're going to turn left through. So we're going to continue as so, repeating what we did on the first and second strap. Continue as so to the left side of your work, skipping all these stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you're going to make a left turn once you reach here where the last stitch mark. So we are at that row where the stitch marker is above, and this is where we're going to turn our work. You're going to start working towards where the stitch marker is. So repeat what we did on the first and second strap. Once you're done, chain 25, then cut your yarn. Repeat the same thing to the other panel, then I'll meet you there and show you what to do. So next you're going to join our 2 panels together. So take your panels, the wrong side and the wrong side, facing each other as so. So we're going to do that from the left stitch markers moving towards the right, and from the right stitch markers moving towards the left side. I'm going to join 4 2 chain space, and also this side for 2 chain space. You can either do 4, about 4 to 7 2 chain space, depending on how wide you want your neckline to be. So you're going to split enough yarn that will enable you to join from these 2 stitch markers moving towards the center, and from these stitch markers on your right moving towards the center. So with your darning needle, grab it and feed in your yarn. Then you're going to skip these 2 chain space where the stitch marker is and insert your needle on top of a double crochet here. Then to the other end, to the other side of the panel, the other panel, skip these 2 chain space and insert your hook to that double crochet stitch next to it. Then you're going to pull your yarn as so, then back to the same stitch of this panel and to the other side. Go ahead and pull your yarn as so, Then you're going to insert your needle into this loop, back loop, and pull your yarn, and to the other panel insert your hook here and pull. You can as well go ahead and use your preferred technique to join your work. So you can go ahead and join the other shoulder. Next, you're going to add edge around our neckline to make it a bit firm. So you're going to reattach our yarn at the seam here. So start by working a slip knot. Then insert your hook in the middle of the seam here, then into the loop, then pull it through. Note that I've changed my hook to 4mm hook. So I'll go into the first 2 chain space on my right, insert my hook, pull up a loop and work a single crochet. Into the same 2 chain space, insert a hook, pull up a loop and work a single crochet. Into the next 2 chain space, work a single crochet, add another single crochet in the same 2 chain space. Into the next one, a single crochet and a single crochet in the same 2 chain space. So you're going to proceed as so all round. To the other seam, you're going to insert your hook here and work a single crochet, then proceed to the next 2 chain space and work 2 single crochets and proceed with 2 single crochets. I went ahead of camera and joined the right sleeve and you're going to join the left sleeve together. Grab your needle and yarn. So we're going to join the 4 2 chain space. You're going to join 4 2 chain space at the end of the sleeve. So 1 2 3 and 4. So you're going to start on top of this double crochet stitch your needle and 1 2 3 4 to the other double crochet stitch and pull your yarn as so, then insert it again to the same stitches, pull your yarn as so, then insert a hook into that loop and pull it through to secure it. Then you're going to go into the inner loops with your hook, with your needle as so, the back loops. Insert your needle and pull through to the next back loops. At the base of the sleeve, you're going to insert your needle on top of the third chain into this panel and on top of the third chain to the other panel and pull it through. Then repeat to the same chains. Tie a knot there to secure your work. Then repeat to the same chains, tie a knot to secure your work. Then you're going to insert your needle into the back loops of both sides. Into the back loop of the right panel and into the back loop of the left panel. Then pull your yarn with your needle into the back loop of the left panel and into the back loop of the right panel and pull your yarn. So we're going to continue sew to the end. This is how you're going to add beads on your straps. So start with tying here a knot twice, as so. Then grab your bead, twist it in, then you're going to tie a knot at the end. Of your strap, and pull it as so to secure it. Then do the same to the other strap. Secure it. Then we are going to reduce our tail. Grab your scissor and reduce excess tail. If you've learned something from this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, share, leave a comment below, and subscribe. Thanks for your time. Happy crocheting. See you in the next video.